Hey guys, Happy New Year and welcome back. Welcome back to the Freedom Income YouTube channel, and welcome to those of you who are new to the channel, where we share with you income generating and wealth building ideas and platforms. Genuine ones as well, not just some sort of makeup or clickbait type channel. So anyway, in this video, as the title suggests, I am going to share with you how I think and I believe you could replace your job or quit your job or keep your job and just make an additional income. And realistically, if you work this full time, these platforms, you could be making an additional 10 or 20k or more per year. And I'm being realistic, and you can do it likely within your first year. You don't have to wait a few years for it to happen. Literally within your first year, with the platforms, with the resources I'm going to share with you in this video, you can either replace your job, quit your job, or keep your job part-time, or keep it completely and just create that additional 10 or 20k additional income every single year. So here we go. So anyway, just a quick synopsis. So the platforms I'm going to share with you are absolutely genuine, no fakes. In fact, I'm not even going to share with you how you can do a fake video just to accrue YouTube subscribers, which is not what I want to do. And the platforms, anyway, the platforms I'm going to share with you are matched betting, professional gambling, a little bit of casinos, drop shipping, e-commerce, and trading stocks and shares and cryptos, and even a little bit on the forex market. And altogether, how these can make you an additional income sufficient to replace your job. And in the long run, what you really want to be focusing on is real estate. It's by far my favorite form of investment. If you do it right, and I'm going to finish off on that topic with you. That's where you want to be looking at in the long-term vision, because in my opinion, there's nothing better. Real estate business is fantastic, and I'll just go into the basics and share with you why that is, and you probably agree once you understand it. So let's go. First of all, I just want to share with you that the videos I make, they're not clickbaits. They're genuinely, I'm trying to be as genuine as I can, and I only share with you areas where I have experience, knowledge, and expertise in, and results as well. I don't just share sort of all sorts of things, like hundreds of things. Nobody has that much. I do find there are some YouTubers that do that, and they share with you how to make this and how to make this much, this fast with this, and then the next day is a different thing, and the next day is a different thing. There is no way anybody in the world has that much time to do 50 different professions and make that much in each profession. A lot of them are making money off YouTube, and I'm just being honest. Let me just share with you this one, right? This is what I don't want to do, right? This would make a beautiful video, but I don't do it. Watch. This is ClickBank, right? This is my ClickBank, one of my ClickBank accounts, right? You can see clearly that I'm getting up my sales at zero, but but it's so easy just to make a good video and change this. I basically highlight that, right click, go to inspect, and up here where it says all zeros up here, right? Instead of doing 0, if I just type in 1500.00 and click off it, right, suddenly this week's sales, right, close, suddenly I've made $1,500 this week in sales on ClickBank, right? And I could change all of that. Literally, I'll just show you one more. I go to here, I go to inspect, right here, I click on the numbers here, and maybe this week and maybe that week I could make $1,000, and then click off it, and then done, right? So look, this week I made $1,500, last week I made $1,000, right? According to this, right? That's how easy it is to share with you some fake sales numbers which are not real, and I don't want to do that. And so I want to share with you genuine things. Anyway, so why did I pick a figure how to make £20,000 extra in 2022 and replace your job, or just create a surplus income? Now the reason for that is, so basically this is key statistics of UK. The UK salary in 2021, the average salary in the UK is just under 26,000, so £25,971. So let's call it £26,000, right? So that's the average salary in the UK, 26,000, right? If you do 26,000, usually if you're making that, basically some people make more, some people make less, but the average general income is that much. So if you do the math, generally speaking, most people work Mondays to Fridays, 9 till 5. So 8-hour days, 5 days a week. So that's about 40 hours a week. So if you do the math on an hourly basis, that's about 12, 13 pounds, 12.50 or so, right? 12, 13 pounds per hour. Okay. And the thing is, though, to make that money, usually you have to be at one place, at a workplace, and you have to follow rules. You definitely have a boss, if not more bosses than one, and you have to work with people usually that you may not get on with. Usually, right? A lot of people, I don't mean to be negative, but I do think a lot of people hate what they do, hate their job. In fact, on a personal level, I cannot see how you can enjoy life to the fullest if you're only doing one thing, getting paid minimum wage for 20 years plus of your life. I just cannot see how that can you can live life to the full like that. So, which is why in this video, genuinely, I'm going to share with you some very quick sources of income which you can make in order to pretty much replace a part-time job very fast and a full-time job pretty quick as well if you just work it, right? So one of the things I'm going to share with you are, just before we get there, let's just think about this, right? 26,000, right? But don't forget that's your gross pay, right? Now your net pay out of that is probably going to be just under 20k, maybe 18k or whatever, right? Because the tax rate in the UK is 20% for that kind of salary. Well, let's just have a look, right? How much tax do I pay UK? Right, let's just check that, right? So at that rate of pay is 20%, right? But there's also something in the UK called national insurance. So how much national insurance do I pay, right? In the UK, well, anyway, you can check this yourself. I don't want to waste time, but in the UK is about 12% on national insurance, 10 to 12%. So 20% on tax, another 10, 20, 12. Let's just call it 30% altogether. So on a £26,000, 30% altogether, we're talking about, we're talking under 20k at the end of it. It's what you get net, right? So even if you call it 20k, which is why this video's title is 20k, to replace that, right? First of all, I'm going to recommend you matched betting and professional gambling. Now, for those of you who are skeptic and think, well, what is this scam gambling? How can you make money off gambling? Right? Just follow this video through, right? If you do this right, it's guaranteed or it's either guaranteed profit or high probability profit. And because it's gambling profit, there is no tax to pay. Every penny you make as a profit is a profit. You don't need to declare tax. You don't need to do anything about it. So let's just watch this, right? There's a platform called Profit Accumulator, right? Those of you who are skeptical about this, seriously, just try it. There's a free trial. I will include my link in the description. Join up if you do decide to sign up. Please do join under my link. You have nothing to lose. And as a result, there's a free trial, right? Or I think it's a one pound or something, right? It's a £1 for the first 2 weeks or something, right? During those 2 weeks, for the price of £1, you're going to make a few £100s. I guarantee you. It's the first £1,000 or £2,000 in match betting and professional gambling is so easy. It's almost free given money. You just need to work it, right? So basically, some of these are like this is one of my accounts, Profit Accumulator. Basically, watch here, right? So if you place this bet here with Ladbrokes, you're going to make a guaranteed £15 profit. This one here, guaranteed £24. This one here, guaranteed £24. This one here, £8, right? £24, £15, £7, £15, £6, £8, £39, right? So right there is already like a couple of £100 there or something, right? And you could just do this literally every day. Like personally, what I do an hour or two of this every day, Mondays to Fridays, and I do about an hour of online casinos on a Saturday and Sunday. That's usually sort of my thing. So throughout the whole week, I work about 10 hours or less, about 10 hours on match betting and professional gambling, and throughout the year, I make around about 10k, right? That's how much I'm making with just 10 hours a week. If you do the math there, it's about £20 an hour, right? But anything between £15 to £25 an hour. But on average, it's about £20 an hour if you do the math there, right? Literally, you could do that too. If you work more, like I just do 10 hours a week. I don't really, You can do more. You can do 20 or 30 hours a week and make maybe 20k, 15k, 20k or more, and it's possible, right? You may think, those of you who's probably tried it and says you run out of free bets. So basically at the beginning it's so easy because of something called free bets. So what happens is that those bookies wants to attract you to bet with them. And what happens is that every bookie offers you free bet if you place a qualifying bet. So let's say you place a qualifying bet for £10 for, let's say, Manchester United to win. You place another £10 bet for Manchester United to lose at a slightly different odds. Overall, you're going to break even on that deal, but because you just placed two different bets with two different bookies, both of those bookies are going to give you free bets. Some of them give you £5 free bet, £10 free bet, some even 20, 30 or £40 free bets. And with those free bets, you do the same thing, but calculating the odds. So, and one of your free bets will always win, right? So you always win something if you follow those free bets. And at the end of the day, if you just repeat that and do it like 100 times, you're going to make like 100, 1,000, a few £1,000s. And if you just keep doing that, and also just those bookies, once you run out of bookies, I mean, there's there's more than 50 bookies anyway you can do, probably even more than 100. I know more than 50, even just for sure there are. But if you after you do those free bets, what happens is that because they want to keep you, they'll keep giving you bets, especially at special events like Cheltenham football leagues, Premier League, all these kind of events. They're going to give you more free bets, and through that you're going to make more money out of it. So that's the basic idea. And those of you who thinks and believes and says that you run out of free bets, sure you do, but that's where a bit of learning comes into play, right? If you start to get into Dutching or arbitrage or extra place for horse racing or tennis betting, which is quite predictable if you know what you're doing. All these things are going to make you more throughout the year. And I'm not joking, £10,000 per year with 10 hours a week is achievable if you do it right. So that's one source of income that I've just shared with you, and also I just want to cover, to begin this, you really don't need more than £500. You could even do it with £100 or £200. It's just that it'll take a bit more time. But if you have £500 to start with, literally you could be making closer to £1,000 or more if you work more time at it every single month. And so right away you've sort of replaced like half of your job income. And the benefit of this is that you could do this from anywhere in the world as long as there's an internet connection. And maybe certain places you need a VPN because you can't gamble, but and don't forget, it's 100% tax free. All this is pure profit. So that's one platform already that you can replace. You can probably replace half of your UK average income working only part-time. And don't forget, the average UK income only pays you about £12 per hour, £12 to £13 an hour, but this is £20, so it's almost doubled. Right, and the next one, right, so number two, second income generating platform. Again, these income generating platforms I'm sharing with you are not jobs. You don't need to be in one place following certain rules, working with people you don't like, doing something perhaps you don't like, and having to please a boss, right? These are self-employed. You can do these from anywhere, right? So the second one is drop shipping, right? Drop shipping, you can do it on eBay, you can do it on Amazon, you can do it on Etsy. There's plenty of platforms that you can do it on these days. Personally, my best is eBay because I've been doing this for a few months now. But Amazon could work really well as well, if you look into that, but just from an eBay perspective, right? So drop shipping, for those of you who may not know, is basically where you have a store on eBay, for example, and you sell items, and you find suppliers that can sell you those items for cheaper price, and you put up a margin on those. And when the client orders from you, you order from the supplier, and the supplier posts it directly to the client, so you don't even need to hold stock, so your risk is very low as well. And if you do it on eBay, your marketing cost is quite low as well. You can do it on Shopify as well, but your marketing cost is it's going to be higher There's no doubt about it, and you need to spend more time in order to attract people or visitors to your website. Whereas with eBay, they do that kind of for you, right? So this is one of my new accounts, right? This isn't this. I have 3 eBay accounts. Here's another thing: you can have multiple accounts with eBay. I have 3 eBay accounts, and this account here in fact, this is just 2 months. I started this in November, this account, so it's just been 2 months. And if I'm being honest, in December I didn't even work it much at all. And in the last 2 months, the sales have been £1,400, right? Now, my profit margin on average for this account is about 15 to 20%, 15% roughly, right? So it's not a lot, so that's about £300 profit, right? Let's call it, in the last 2 months, right? But if you have 2 or 3 accounts, that's about 4, 5, 600, whatever, however much you do it, and it depends on how hard you work it as well. So, an additional £400 or £500 profit every single month isn't that bad, especially, again, I would say it's more like part-time work. Again, with eBay dropshipping, I probably do about 10 hours a week on this. So if you do the math, 10 hours a week, sales-wise, that's sales-wise every month between the 3 accounts, we're talking about £2,000 probably, £2,000-3,000. So if you do the math, well, the £2,000-3,000 profits probably about 200-300, maybe more. Well, no, sorry, profit will be more than that. It'll be about £400-500 every single month. So if you on average is 15% profit, so yeah, if you do the math, anything between £300-500, anything between that extra with just 10 hours of work per week, I would say. Less than that, I would even say. I would say with eBay, I do actually know, and with eBay I do less for sure than I do on the match betting. So with eBay, I would actually say it's more like 5 or 6 hours a week that I'm doing, to be honest, the drop shipping side of things. And also I'm looking at the bigger picture, sort of in the future, because in the long term, this is going to build up, this is going to grow, and the bigger sales are going to come. So you do a lot of work at the beginning, a bit like YouTube videos, right? YouTube, right? At the beginning, you're spending quite a lot of time making them, and you literally make no money. But later is when the passive income starts to come in, once you get like a lot of subscribers. So it's a bit like that. I'm looking at this as a bigger picture, but it isn't like YouTube in the sense that you don't make anything for like a few months or a year. Like at the beginning. Because right away from month 1 you're going to make a couple of £100 profit, because this can be quite fast. And basically suppliers, a few of the suppliers I just want to talk to you about that you can consider. Latest deals is quite a good one. You go there and find some deals, and just utilize that. There's also top cashback offers, like some good cashback when you shop with them, and you get cashback, which is pretty good. I've made videos about these in the past, so do check those out if you haven't already. And Amazon is a good supplier to use, in my opinion. Although eBay has certain rules that's a little bit against it, but you don't want to use Amazon purely, you want to use others as well. But Amazon's good in the sense that if something goes wrong, it's easy to get a refund, it's easy to get returns. It's just the customer service at Amazon is fantastic. Your risk is very, very low if you go with Amazon if something goes wrong, whereas your risk is higher if you go with another supplier. I just want to show you some other good suppliers you want to consider. This is quite a good one, Sale E. You want to consider them. They have good prices, and is one of the best drop shipping suppliers out there. In the UK, you can also consider Argos, which is pretty good. Or even, look, I'm serious, even Poundland. You can consider Poundland, because some of the stuff is so cheap and they will sell. And just even Tesco, Asda, and all these supermarkets, I'm telling you, right? Consider those. With those, it's a little bit more difficult because you're going to have to go to the store and buy it and then post it. But even so, on the right items, you can make quite a lot of profit. Your profit margins with Poundland, Asda, Argos, and Sale E are going to be higher than they will be on Amazon. But Amazon's the safest and easiest and most convenient, in my opinion. Again, so that's another few, that throughout the year, again, that's a few thousand extra pounds of profit that you're going to make that you wouldn't have. And again, you can make this from anywhere in the world. Right, and so that's 2 sources of income, additional sources of income that I've already covered: match betting, professional gambling, and eBay and drop shipping, which you can do on eBay, Amazon, Shopify, and so on. again, you can see with eBay dropshipping and with match betting, literally you can make the money pretty fast. From literally within the first week, you're making a few hundred, but between the two, and within the first month, you should be making a few hundred or even 1K plus between the two, depending on how much you work it. And over time, you can, with those two together, you should be making 10, 15K or even more, depending on how much you work it within your first year, with just a £500 startup capital. Between the two together, I would say £500 is still sufficient. 1,000 is safer. So you can see right away it's pretty much replacing most of an average job out there already. Next is trading. Now, trading, we're talking about stocks and shares, options, cryptocurrencies, or forex. Right? With trading, I have to be honest, you're going to need a little bit more capital to make a sufficient amount of money. On a personal level, I'm a swing trader, which means I trade between, my trades, I typically hold a stock for a few weeks on average up to a couple of months. That's sort of the way how I do it. With trading, if you don't know, you need to get educated. And if you do want to get educated, go to platforms like Udemy or YouTube. You don't need to pay thousands of pounds for those so-called gurus out there that will teach you. You literally don't learn much more anyway. I did that. I made that mistake, and it was a complete, it's almost a scam, but not entirely, but it's almost a scam in my opinion. So with trading, again, let me just cover this with you. This is Freedom Income YouTube channel. Come to the Freedom YouTube channel and just join us. It's completely free. And you're going to learn and pick up a lot of free trading education there anyway. There's no cost whatsoever. The only cost there is basically the one-to-one private tuition, but that's only $40 an hour, $100 for 3 hours. Nobody out there does private trading education for that cheap. And if you haven't traded before, I'm telling you, that is nothing. You're going to save so much money down the line and make so much more because you've done that rather than ignoring it. Because it's like, if you think you can just go into trading and buy something and make money like that, you're joking, right? 90 to 95% of traders lose money. Only 5 to 10% actually make money, right? And there's a reason for that, right? In trading, I believe if you do the opposite of what most people do, you're actually more likely to win money, to profit. And I don't day trade. I used to day trade, but the reason I don't do it is too much stress, too much time, and at the end of the day, it's almost a guess game, in my opinion, right? Regardless of what these scammer day traders out there try and cheat you, right? A lot of them, you have to be, don't be naive. They're trying to make money off you from teaching you, or training courses and all that, and alert groups and all that, right? But really, if you follow them blindly, you're going to lose money. I guarantee you. I know this because I've done it. And the way I do it is a swing trade, which is looking at something in the long term. So looking at cryptos, looking at stocks like Tesla, NEO, Coupa, or just solid stocks from a long-term perspective. And usually what you want to do is you want to wait for a dip and buy after the dip, but you don't want to do that with all sorts of crappy stocks. You want to do that with solid bullish fundamental stocks, right? If you do that and you're happy and you're patient and happy to hold a little bit of time, your probability of profit is fairly high. Again, if you want to learn more about trading, watch some of my other videos. I've got plenty of videos on trading. And how much do you expect to make from trading? Now, realistically, during an average year, expect anything between 20 to 50% per year returns on your account as a good result. And that is sort of what I've been getting on an average year, right? In a good year, expect between 50 to 100%. That's a good year. You could do that on your account. And I've done that. In a bad year, expect anything between break even and 25%. Is pretty good if you know what you're doing. And on a really good year, right, which in my case, just as an example, if I just show you the US 500, right, during the COVID time, right, this one right here, right, I basically got into stocks and cryptos, right, somewhere down here or somewhere there, right? And that year, which was 2020, I believe, 2020, between March 2020 and December 2020, my overall crypto and stock swing trading accounts profit for that year was about 400%. 400% profit. That means if you put 10k, you would have made 50k, right? So that was, consider that as a very, very good year, right? 400% return on investment in 1 year is a fantastic result, no matter where you go, and that was a fantastic year, and that's because that's how you want to be investing, really, or trading. You, after a market crash, that's really where you want to be getting in the right instruments, fundamentally strong stocks and cryptos, right? Especially after a Bitcoin halving event, which at that time that was the year after the halving event, and it was just a crazy crypto pump as well. So that, expect to make between 200 to 500% during a fantastic year, right? But those kind of years, on average, is like once every 5 years. They're not going to come very often. Usually expect average years, right? Anything between 20 to 50% is sort of your average year, and expect to make that as a return in a year. But so again, if you only have £1,000, you're only going to make a few hundred throughout the year. So that's why I say you need a reasonable amount of capital in order to make something sizable. And anyway, this video is really just is getting quite long, so I just want to finish it off now on real estate, right? Real estate, I'm just being completely honest here with you. Real estate is really the platform you want to get onto and build long-term wealth, proper, safe, very low risk and high reward wealth, right? And I just want to touch on this basically, right? And I have the most experience in real estate because I've done real estate for about 5 to 6 years now. I've managed to build a real estate or property portfolio of just over 1 million British pounds, and I'll just share with you the way how I sort of did it. And anyway, I just want to share with you, right? This is basically my bank account. Let me just see. So if you look at this is one of the income from my bank account, right? Again, I could be faking those, but I'm being honest. These are completely real. But a lot of people just do screenshots, and then how much they make, and they're trying to scam people, and you don't even know if these are their screenshots. But I'm being honest. This is my screenshots. If you believe me, great. If you don't, I don't really care. So here. Again, there's another one, right? So this is all during the same month, right? This is just basically, this is August 2021. This is the same month. That's my second income from that one. And this is my third income from another one, another property. And that was literally, once you have a few real estate pieces, you're going to get a few £100 profit every single month from one of it per one. Once you have a few, it really adds up. And arguably, it is one of the very few, if not only, platform or area where you're going to get what I call completely passive income, because I basically, in my case, I have an agency that manages my properties for me, and I don't have to do no work. Basically, if something goes wrong, they do it. They do charge a fee for all that, but I'm going to make a few £100 from, like, a couple £100 to a few £100 for each property that I own every single month with like literally no work. With real estate, I would say I work no more than 10 hours in 1 year, right? Even with my multiple properties, I literally work 10 hours per year, right? I'm talking about per year here. I'm not talking about per week or per month, because all I need to do is basically the finances. Self-employed, right? If you're self-employed, you need to file your taxes every year. You do your self-assessment, and that's sort of the time that I do this, and it literally takes 10 hours or less. In fact, more like 5 hours a year, but let's just call it 10 hours a year, right? So yeah, with real estate, depending on what your portfolio size is, in my case, I'm getting paid anything between £3,000 to £5,000 for 1 hour of work with real estate. You're not going to get that anywhere else. And the way how I personally did it is I basically buy-to-lets that are run down, that needs a little bit of revamp. So just as an example, distressed property UK, right? So the way how I did it basically are properties like that, looks a bit like that, or not like this, like I just wouldn't get that. There's no value to add to that, right? Maybe this looks okay. Basically ones that's got like problem with the floor, problem with the carpet, we need to paint, crappy kitchen and crappy toilet, bathroom, right? That's pretty much it, right? And I get that for below market value. I then spend some money to do it up. I have a team of builders with me that I trust and know, and basically together we work on that property. And we spend some money to fit a new kitchen, fit a new bathroom, painting, new floor, new carpet. And after that, what happens is that you buy them on mortgage with a mortgage, which means you only have to come up with 25% of the capital. And after that, you then spend the money, and within about 6 months, 9 months, or 1 year max, I then remortgage that by borrowing from another lender. And but when I buy the property, let's say it's worth 150,000, right? But because after I do it up, after I've added value to it, it's now worth 220. So suddenly I've made like 50,000-60,000 pounds profit there, which part of that I can pull out by remortgaging. And then because I've remortgaged and I've pulled out this money of whatever it is, a lump sum of 20,000-30,000 pounds profit, or 40, 50, or 60,000 pounds profit, sometimes even 80,000, 100,000 pounds profit because you've done it so nicely. And then you use that money to repeat the whole process again. And don't forget, by doing that, you get good rent every single month as well. So that is the way how you can build a property portfolio. And so really all you need is capital enough for one buy to let. After that, you then can just use that process and repeat and repeat and repeat. You should be able to accrue 1 or 2 properties every single year if you follow this step correctly. And over the period of 5 or 6 years, which in my case it has been, you can build a sizable portfolio, and from there you can really scale it up if you wish. So anyway, I'm going to just stop the video here. So these are the sort of income that you can build. And I'm just dragging on now, but I want to make this video really detailed and genuine, and how you can really replace your job. And you can see with the 2 or 3 platforms that I've showed you there, apart from the real estate, you can really replace your income from your job, or just make a surplus income, and from the real estate, and in time build real estate and then really become passive, right? That is literally the best you can do at real estate. There's nothing else out there better than real estate, in my opinion. I hope you found value in this video. If you have any questions about any of these areas, come and join the Freedom Income Discord group, which is completely free. Ask me any questions you want there. I literally genuinely want to help, and I don't charge for any of this. I just send you a message, and I'll help you out. Anything in those areas, come and ask me. Join the Freedom Income Discord group. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you found value. Thank you, and happy trading.